Oh, we're live. We did it. Okay, hang on. All right, sorry about that, everybody. I've no idea. I've never had a high traffic error from StreamYard
I
before.
have.
So,
I've had.
you have. Okay, yeah, okay, good. So yeah, that was weird, but we're here. We're live. How's everybody doing? Sorry about yesterday. My entire smart meter completely failed, like catastrophically failed yesterday, and I had no power for like 4 hours. So we're back in business today. I hope everyone is doing well. Lots to delve into, more sad and just shocking discoveries about Hayden's ex-partner. Our mother's been on the news. There's a whole bunch that we're going to delve into. And before we do that, Paula, how are you doing? What's been
I'm
going
doing
on
fant-
with
I've
you?
been fant- I'm fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. How's Siri?
Siri's right here. She's lost over a kilo, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
And she's
great.
losing more and more weight. So that's very good because, her breed, they can't be too heavy because of their
Mhm.
backs.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, no, everything's good. Everything's good.
Good.
Everything's happening.
Well, look, we're going to just jump in with this today with Brian Hickerson, Hayden's ex-partner. And this is the story I want to start with. Paul, you had mentioned it as well. And Hayden's on-off boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, pawned off her prized belongings in months before her passing. Like, that is bananas. I just want to delve into this with you guys. Let's see what he says. Hayden's boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, reportedly pawned the actress's prized possessions before her sudden unaliving. All eyes have been on Brian, who has a tumultuous on-off relationship with Hayden since 2018. That's a really interesting way of putting it. After her shocking passing last week from a suspected substance overdose. Now, Brian was reportedly on the scene with his brother Zach, who called the police. Now, I don't understand why we don't get the beginning of the 911 call, because we get we get the first responder and the 911 caller talking, but we don't get the 911 call, which is bizarre to me. After finding that Hayden unresponsive in Greenville, South Carolina, and an Airbnb they shared, paramedics were unable to revive the hero star after cardiac arrest. Just went live. Okay, more details have also been unveiled, further painting Brian 37 in a bad light, such as his suspicious behavior in the months before Hayden's unaliving. In a sit-down with New York Times, Leslie claimed Brian pawned several of Hayden's belongings, including a vintage guitar. Leslie said she was alarmed upon learning that Brian did. Hayden was shocked when she discovered some of her items in his storage. Discovered some of the hang on. She was when she discovered some of the items in his storage unit. Oh, okay. An anonymous source confirmed to the outlet that Brian, who faced money troubles and filed for bankruptcy in 2022, pawned some of Hayden's personal items. The U.S. Sun exclusively revealed that he had been staying with Hayden in LA in her condo for the past 2 years. Hayden's neighbors, who were increasingly concerned for the former child star, and now reportedly warned last year by the homeowners associations to call 911 if they spotted Brian at the property. Apparently, Hayden's inner circle was just as worried and went through great lengths to keep Brian away from her. The New York Times article also revealed that Hayden reportedly hired a private security team during her book tour this past spring to keep her distance from Brian. That's wild. Sources claimed that hang on a second. Sources claimed to the outlet that staffers at Barnes and Noble in New York City, where Hayden stopped on her tour, were instructed not to let Brian into the store while the actress was there. Hayden also reportedly said that the same month that she was that she required an incredible amount of support and backup in order to make sure that there was no way for Brian to find his way back in. Like, this is not a good picture at all for this guy. Like, we've got the multiple assaults. We've got him now being a thief. We've got him selling our belongings. But she's hired a detective. She's hired a private security. And the Homeowners Association are putting up posters to say, call the police if you see this guy. What the hell is she doing with this man? Like, how?
Well,
How?
this is what I was talking to you about because She's enabling all of it. We're talking about a thief, but she's the one that was thieved, or that she was the victim, and she refused to press charges. I sent you that clip when actually a reporter from TMZ asked her, why are you, and he's in the car, the guy's in the car, she's going in the car with him, right? Goes, Hayden, are you okay? Are you hanging there? People are worried about you. She's like, I'm okay, everything is fantastic. And she gets in the car with the guy. So, and now James Blunt is upset because it's not him. I sent you the article. He's saying that that is not me that she's talking about. And
Right.
unfortunately, these predators, he's right. Hayden never named anybody. Now people are saying Diana Jenkins. So basically, she left Diana Jenkins a good cause to sue anybody for defamation if anybody mentions her name. So she remains, now Diana Jenkins is the victim. I was never that. Hayden never said it. And this is why I am so angry. And I know a lot of people are going to come at me, but I think that they do a disservice. Either you're going to speak out and say who did X, Y, and Z, or shut the F up. Because then what you're doing is just doing it for selling books. For selling books. Oh, this guy, it wasn't his bed. Very famous, wink, wink, wink. But I'm not going to name him, you know. So she puts out I'm sorry, I'm very upset because the more I've been reading about this, the more it upsets me.
Yeah. Oh no, it's people are enraged for a lot of reasons. What do you think about the possibility that he kept her substance stream going?
Well, with a woman in her place, I'm sure there are other drug outlets, especially in California. In California, it's not even illegal. And she is a citizen, and she resided in California, so she didn't have the Prince Harry problem.
Brian is the ex-partner of Hayden Panettiere.
No, not the ex. He was still with her. Yeah, she died in their home.
Yeah.
Don't say ex. She was back with him. She was lying to everybody, saying that they broken up. They hadn't broken up. This man, when she just did the book, we showed that interview he gave. And she caused me a lot of pain. 320,000 3 days prior to Hayden's death.
That was wild. That was wild.
Yeah, 3 days prior to Hayden's death, he applied. The federal court ruled that because he had applied to have his record sponged, right? That the 2 times he had beaten her up, that he was charged for, and the judge refused it. He couldn't have been happy 3 days prior when he finds out that it's going to be on his record.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's off his nut. So listen, this is a court document timeline of events. Here's all the sources where everything was gathered from, and here's a legal notice just to tell you this isn't legal advice. But court documents from Hayden's past legal case involving her ex-boyfriend Brian Hickerson revealed, also big shout out to Sarah for putting these images together, revealed threatening text messages from sent following his July 2020 domestic battery arrest in violation of his no contact order. So threatening text messages revealed in the court documents after July 2020 arrest. Well, while a no contact order was in effect, Brian Hickerson allegedly sent the following threatening texts to Hayden. I'm going to war. You better help me or you'll know what I'll do. I will release all the things that will destroy you. I will make your life so effing difficult. We should handle this between us, not through the court. These messages are sent in an attempt to intimidate and prevent Hayden from cooperating with prosecutors. The Superior Court of California in the County of Los Angeles Central District, that's a case number, declaration with the defendant, Brian Hickerson, did willfully and knowingly violate a valid no contact order by sending multiple text messages to Hayden. Yeah, I think that makes it pretty obvious. The defendant's messages contain statements intended to intimidate, cause fear, including threats to release damaging information and make her life difficult if she cooperated with law enforcement. That in itself is wild. A timeline of key events. Okay, 2018, 2019, the relationship. Hayden and Brian began dating. Within a year, alleged abuse, multiple incidents of alleged physical and emotional abuse did occur. In July 2020, Hickerson is arrested on multiple domestic violence charges. July, August, that'll be when the text messages were starting. Well, out on custody on bail, Hickerson allegedly sent these threatening text messages to violate no contact order. April 2021, Hickerson pleads no contest to 2 felony counts of injuring his partner. June 2021, sentenced to 45 days in jail, 4 years probation, 52 DV classes. Damn! 5-year. I mean, thinking that's a weekly class every week for a year, I would imagine, right? 5-year protective order. Hayden speaks out in interviews her memoir to raise awareness and help survivors. That is
how did she help survivors? The predators are still there. Now James Blunt is even flaunting what he's doing it through his videos because he's like, nah, you can't do anything.
Well, I mean, we've been over this. We've been over the multiple reasons that people get controlled and the way that people.
No. I'm sorry. I'm gonna completely disagree with you. You can cut me off the live. I don't care. But it's
no, it's not disagreeing. It's just
no. It's absolute horseshit.
These people coerce and.
No, she was thinking of her image. That's what she was doing. It wasn't even afraid for her life. It's her image. Because if you look at the text messages, he's not accusing, he's not threatening her personal life, like her person, like I'm going to kill you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's like your image. She was more concerned about her image, taking care of her image, than she was actually in fear. Look at the text messages. At what point does he say there, I'm gonna hurt you? Or no, he's saying people are gonna know.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way of looking at it. That's how you're interpreting it, sure. But I mean, I disagree. I mean, I can see all of the tactics that are used to control and coerce individuals like this, especially when she's got a child. And
I can speak from first person experience.
No, I know that, but I mean, there's a big difference in the two situations. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
One's.
I can show you the pictures of what my ex-husband did to me, what he did to my kid.
Yeah, but we're talking about a grand scheme of Hollywood prostitution ring of celebrities.
Well, I don't know how much higher gets the former head of Nathan, Jens Stoltenberg, involved.
Well, I mean, probably.
I mean, there's abuse is abuse, and they're very influential people. And I can tell you something: people in the political sphere are more dangerous than people in Hollywood. People in the political sphere. This is why Jeffrey Epstein infiltrated politics. This is why you have these people that the UN securing visas for these trafficked girls.
Yeah, and I understand that. And what I'm saying to you is, I'm disagreeing with what you're saying.
I know you are.
That's okay, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this guy, like I say, he is bad. I mean, he gives me handler vibes. He gives me that weird handler. I mean, I'm so surprised it was only 2018 that they met. Like, I feel like
8 years. They were 8 years together, and she flew to see him. That's where she was with his brother and her. Allegedly, it's the brother who found her unresponsive while Brian slept in the other room, and now they're alleging that she was a hoe and having an affair with both brothers.
Yeah, who's alleging that?
It's in the newspapers. I sent you the articles. Now that they're saying that she was doing both brothers. This is how far the narrative has gotten, because she's unfortunately not alive anymore. So now you can say whatever you want, and then you have her crazy mom coming out now and speaking all offended. I mean, all these predators are coming out speaking against the daughter, how the mothers now, you don't know what was going on, and she's using Brian as an example of what was in her daughter's life and why the daughter changed so much. And then again, you start thinking the mom might not be wrong because she was with this predator. We also the interview he gave to TMZ.
Yeah. Okay.
So did you see the interview? Her mom looks like a complete monster.
Yeah. We're gonna get to that. I've got that. We're gonna go through that because it's all a bit mad, Paula. I'm not gonna lie. Right, Hayden Panettiere timeline of police incidents and investigations from 2007 to 2026. Dolphin protest that she was arrested for, fair dues, same with the Dolphins. May 2nd, 2009, domestic disturbance, Hickerson arrested. 2019 to 2020, repeated 911 calls from the neighbor. Neighbor Maria Teresa called 911 multiple times, reporting violent disturbances coming. That's mad. Court cases and restraining orders in 2021. Relationship. Oh, we have gone the wrong. No, I have gone the right way. Hang on. Am I looking at this the wrong way? Oh, yeah, it goes this way. Okay, yeah. Relationship started with Brian Hickerson, domestic disturbance. Jackson Hole, Wyoming, restaurant altercation, Hickerson arrested. Hayden and Hickerson were involved in a late night confrontation with another group outside a restaurant.
Yeah, I sent you that clip. And
Yeah,
he and they fled up before the police got there. They were fighting outside. Did you see it? I sent you the clip a while ago, and I
yeah,
said that they're punching and shouting and screaming, and I mean, it's absolutely appalling. It is disgusting. You
yeah.
know,
We didn't
I'm
I
sorry.
want to
It
see
is
that.
disgusting. It is disgusting. And if you're a mom and you're thinking, my daughter, yeah, her daughter didn't live with her, but her daughter gets to read this, and now she's not around anymore. And her daughter is, of all places, Kiev in Ukraine, where there's a war ongoing,
Mm,
with her ex-boyfriend. I mean, look, and I gotta tell you, it doesn't sit well with me that
yeah,
she was in 2013, she was deep CIA asset in Ukraine when they gave coup against the democratically elected president of Ukraine. That so this absolute jerk off uh, take over power, who has canceled elections because they're in a state of war. And it's in his best interest to keep the war going. She was there in 2013, heavily pregnant.
yeah. I mean, you think she was a CIA operative? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. What was she doing in 2013 in Ukraine?
I mean,
Celebrating the coup with her then boyfriend. Now, I'm going to say something. Hayden Panettiere hired private security team to keep Brian Hickerson away from her. That is in months prior to her tragic death. We know that is absolute horseshit because she was with him at the time of death. And it now has been proven that she was spotted going. Remember that clip that we played of her in that yellow tracksuit? She was flying over to see him. She hasn't stopped. I don't know why they're putting, this is the mother putting these things there. Now they're
I mean,
and
again, I understand, but what I'm
I am
saying
so
with
angry
is,
about all of this. I really am
yeah,
upset about all of this.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, I disagree with what you're saying,
No, I
and
understand that.
like, it's very easy to just devil's breath someone and tell them to go and get on a plane. Like, it's
Pardon
reported
me?
and documented. I'm saying it's very easy to use the narcotic devil's breath. It rhymes with scopolamine. Well, it is scopolamine.
But she had
Um,
never stopped the relationship. That's the whole point of it that I'm trying to tell you.
but what I'm telling you is, there's allegations against the mother and the father in this that lay out decades of abuse, like twisted allegations of abuse of her as a child, uh, some really twisted things. I'll bring them up again. I read them out the other day, and with the Stella character and this Room 23 book, the rumors that surround all of that, the price of it, and the celebrities involved, Lindsay Lohan, that poor girl that I can't ever remember the name of,
Amanda Burns, and she's
Amanda,
now in a
yeah,
Hollywood movie. Amanda Burns is cleaning her act, and she's in a Hollywood movie now called Killer Dolls or something like that.
okay, okay. Um, I can't remember where I was going with that. So basically, the whole scenario to me paints a high possibility of there being this group of celebrity women and men that were pimped and transported around by who we couldn't possibly say for legal reasons. But that's where my brain's at with it, and we can call Brian whatever. There's something going on here with these two brothers and the handling nature of Hayden.
And the mother is a horrible creature. I mean, the mother is a horrible. But she had a chance. She went and did all these podcasts. All the while, she was lying when she was doing these podcasts, and that for the first time in her life, she cut all those toxic people who are still screwing this guy.
Mm.
This is what bothers me. It's the lie, the manipulation. I don't know if she did it to sell books and because it sounded great. I don't know if this was a ploy, which doesn't picture her in a very good light, because maybe she thought, oh, everybody likes a comeback story because my stock is down. So I'm going to say I was abused and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to say I don't have anything to do with this guy. I'm going to put my security to say that and I'm cutting clean, because that's what the image, the last interview she gave with Gail King, she's, like, yes, I'm clean. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. All the while she was lying. So it hits a wrong note with me, because she was being purposely deceitful to everybody,
Yeah, I think a
she
lot
didn't
of
need
people
to,
are.
and she didn't need to run, because if you're going to write a book and you're going to diss everybody, and then your wanker of a boyfriend feels entitled to go on TMZ, be interviewed, and like with a baseball cap backwards, like, and I'm okay with it. The only way he can be okay with it if it's getting a cut of the book, because nobody's going to go on that, and you're going to be called an abusive prick, and you're going to say, oh, I'm cool with it. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, something is not right. And it really bothers me, the deception, because I survived being beaten in the head with baseball bats, with 3 murder attempts and everything. I can talk about that. I had a very small child that I had to fight for. And she had the resources that I didn't have, because my resources were taken away. And for her to sit and give interviews about surviving victimhood when she was not doing any of that, it's just pretty bad with me. You know what I mean? It's like when somebody pretends to be a victim and they're not, or they fake it.
Yeah, but it's two different situations.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you know what I mean? Especially when there's substances and control and the whole growing up with these allegations against the parents, like I was saying, and yeah, it's a pretty dark alleged story of Hayden's of her growing up. Aquarius, yeah, MK Ultra vibes for sure, for sure. Please share this out if you can. Hang on a second.
I just want to say something to Grace Mary. You know why I'm alive now, Grace Mary? Because I fought back. I didn't keep quiet. I named people, and I fought for 9 long years. My reputation was destroyed. My son's life was not the same, but it was I felt that in my bones, maybe the way I believe that I wanted to leave something decent for my son. I wanted to teach my son to stand up for what was right, for the truth, and whatever it cost. And because I felt that if I didn't name people, if I didn't stop, I put stop to it. I kept thinking of somebody else like me having to go through the same things I did, or if I could avoid it, because this would only continue. So if it costed me 9 years of my life, and it's still costing me. I never recovered. But I feel I can look at people in the eye when they say things to me. My son can look at people in the eye. My son is very proud of that. So I wanted to teach my son that you stand up for the truth. You're not afraid of things. So yeah, I survived, because you know how thieves or criminals tell you, the first thing they tell you is shut up. Don't say anything to anybody, because they don't want attention on the things. They don't want attention on what they're doing. So the best thing to do is not to shut up. The best thing to do is to, hey, I'm being robbed, or hey, I'm being aped, or whatever, because they don't like attention on things. This is why Epstein failed, because he got too much attention on himself. He was too flamboyant. He got too careless. So yeah, I'm alive, not because of they didn't try 3 times. Okay, so no, I don't have. I have sympathy for real victims that I can see that they're struggling to get out. They're in an abusive, horrible situation. I've in my life, I met people and girls and ladies that have very small child, that they don't have any skills or anything. They're terrified, and you can see that. But now the more I'm reading about Hayden Panettiere, and that all the time that she was going on these because she had access to platforms. I didn't have access to that platform. The newspapers kept pushing my ex-husband's platform out. I didn't have access to that platform. She had access to a platform, massive. Do you know Gail King, even though she's Oprah's lover, whatever, but she had access to that platform. How many real victims would like to have access to that? And you know that, Ron. You work with victims, real victims, and you know that one of the first things they do, a lot of people, is they discredit them, they deplatform or whatever. She had those platforms. And she didn't do anything
Yeah.
meaningful with it
And
other than
then,
write a book that benefited her.
it's like the third time I've got to reiterate this. Like, I disagree, especially when you look at the amount of abuse and the allegations against the parents with her growing up,
Yeah.
the substances, the control methods, the pimping, all of that is a different story from your story. And when we're looking at survivors of abuse from the regular person level of abuse, the use of substances is very much more of the traditional street variety when it comes to substances. But when you start getting into transportation and this level of stuff, the devil's breath is a massive key in controlling and getting people to look like absolute idiots in the public, and get people to not believe their stories, and get them to go out in public and do things when they really have no control over their own mind because of this substance. And I strongly implore all of you to go and watch the Vice documentary. I'll pull it up now so that everyone can get
But I just want to say it's okay to disagree. Ron and I disagree on many things, and
yeah,
that
of
is the
course.
great thing of debate. It's good to have two different opinions, you know. At least that's what I think, because I was brought up that we can have different opinions and be okay.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, here we go. World's scariest substance. Right here, 14 years ago. This is the documentary you want to watch here. Okay. Colombia, it was filmed, and there's no, we don't want to do that. There's the name of it right there. Right? Also known as Devil's Breath. This stuff is the thing of nightmares, and there's survivor testimonies in this. There's a woman who uses it on her Johns. She's a prostitute. Then there's a gangster who gets robbed, and then there's like a regular guy who gets robbed. But they all wake up 30 hours afterwards, like naked in a park, wondering how the hell they got there. It's bananas. It's absolutely. I don't know if anyone's checked James Blunt's comment section this week. Has he deleted anything yet?
Didn't he cut? Didn't he stop the comments or something like that at some point?
I don't know because like we looked on Friday and the comments were still there.
What a disgusting looking man, I gotta tell you. Oh my god. And the mother, I mean, they are truly vile creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And that Diana Jenkins is now threatening everybody. James Blunt just put out an article saying, "Oh my God, no, almost like I'm a stand-up guy."
Yeah, it's bananas. Let's just quickly, right, just for educational purposes, let's just go and check on the comment section of James Blunt's music video, because yeah, see, Sarah's just sent me a message. See, Sarah, I've heard the exact opposite to that from Hollywood. What the hell was I about to look up? Oh, yeah. Please like and share.
These people physically become like a caricature of themselves, the way they transform and stuff like that. You can tell from their inside. It reflects on the outside, even with all the plastic surgery, that they can't hide the ugliness of it all. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, it's bananas. Like, people just transform, and when you look at pictures of Hayden,
Blunt is copywriting everybody right now with even by
oh yeah, don't worry.
Less than a millisecond of his stuff.
You can't copyright James Blunt ticket event. All right, you can't be copyrighting that. You can't copyright this bit. Right, here we go. Come on. When they know what you are, believe them in the most 7 days. They're still all here. They're still all here.
Make sure that you're clicking on the new ones.
Oh, these are all new ones. This is brilliant. 1.1K likes. This is brilliant. So yeah, it's still going. The rampage is still going. So, in what world does anyone or their management or their record label allow these comments to stay up? Unless we're staring into the abyss of some shaming ritual that James Blunt has drawn the short straw for. Because why would any of this be left up? Like, does anyone have a reason for why this would be
Is
staying
this
up?
his own channel or is
This is
this
his own.
something?
This is his own channel. This is under his new music video. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, look at this 2.1.
I guess he could be okay. This is just because I've seen it done so many times that this is a way for him to sue anybody and say, "See, it's affecting my image." I don't know if he wants to sue the state or sue Hayden Panettiere state or sue
Interesting.
anybody. He could say, "See, this has affected my public persona, so I'm going to
Oh,
sue X, Y, and Z because he has proof of what people
well,
are saying about him."
yeah, I mean, technically, it would be YouTube. He would sue.
No, 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 no. The people who caused him or harm to his reputation. So, for example, if Hayden Panettiere's mom is saying, "Oh, hey, it was James Blunt," but Hayden never mentioned him, he can sue her and say, "Hey, thanks to what
No,
you're
yeah, no,
saying."
you're absolutely right. There was a law that was going to pass that would have made YouTube liable, but then that was a whole stramash. That was years ago. In fact, that was probably about 8 or 9 years ago. So that was just my brain showing me that I am slowly going mad. So yeah, this is all still here. So interesting. So possibly, Paula, let's not look at it from a suing point of view. Let's look at it from a, oh my God, look at my image. I'm a victim. But no one's going to see that as, no one's going to see him as a victim. No one's
But
going
he's going
to.
to be able to prove it. He's not deleting this for, look, these people, it always comes down to money, right? So he's going to sue whoever. For example, if somebody drops him, let's say he was in business he can sue Sony or whatever, because if they had a plan and they drop him and it's like, why am I being dropped? These false claims have affected my capability of earning a living, my reputation. You know how people get canceled all the time. He can prove damage here.
Engagement. It couldn't just be engagement, right?
No, because this is negative
I
engagement.
mean, this is pretty mad engagement. I mean, don't get me wrong, 71. People have done crazier things. Like, they really, really have. Speaking of crazy things on the internet, there was a guy on Twitch yesterday or the day before called Raikai, I think his name is. And he went into a streamer with one live viewer with 10,000 of his live viewers. And the little kid celebrated so much. And his mum came through and proceeded to beat the living shit out of him for making too much noise in front of 10,000 people and started like trying to destroy her son's equipment. Whole thing's gone viral. It's completely bananas. But I don't know what is wrong with some people. Yeah, disturbing. Yeah, so I mean, you can see the internet is still coming for James Blunt, and there's even been, I've seen people. I swear to God, man, there's two things that are really doing my head in that I'm seeing on YouTube right now. Okay, is psychics connecting with Hayden before she's in the ground. Okay, like, what y'all doing? Like, what y'all doing? Like, keep that. Like, that doesn't need to be content just yet. Do you know what I'm saying? And people who are going, oh no, it's not James Blunt. Look at this photograph of this celebrity because they've got their hands behind their back like this in a photograph. Like, surely they understand the surface level skimming that it is to. And can I just say one more thing, Paula? Right? Can I just say one more thing? If you're one of the women standing outside of the prison, okay, all in pink with your children, celebrating the life of this woman who murdered her 3 children, I believe you should have your children taken from you and put into child protective services, and you should go straight into a mental hospital and you should be done with. Like, what is going on?
I'm going to question you. I'm going to push back here with the one thing with you. You had just spent disagreeing with me for the last 34 minutes about Hayden being controlled by drugs, right?
Yeah.
He's saying that how terrible it was.
The devil's breath, yeah, devil's breath.
Whatever, but it's drugs. You just made your case for drugs control. No. Let me finish. I'm not advocating for the woman. I'm not saying anything, but you can't have it both ways.
Prescribed pharmaceuticals and illegal substances are two very
A
different
lot of
things.
the Hollywood stars have died with prescribed drugs, Ron.
Yeah, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the women that are supporting her.
Oh,
And you know, there's people out there that are on TikTok right now who are psychics who said it's 100% the father's fault. This man should be in jail. I'm sorry, but any group of women that wants to point the finger at the father for what? Getting her really good health care, for making sure she didn't have to work, for making sure there's a roof over their head, getting her the best doctors. I mean, what more could the father have done? It's bananas. So the whole case is just making me want to rip my hair out. It really is. It
but let
really
me
is.
let me ask you this question, because you're a father.
Yeah.
You're a responsible father. If your partner is repeatedly telling you that she
Yeah.
has thoughts of killing your kids or the kids, would you
Yeah.
leave her alone with the kids?
You would take him to the doctor.
No. Would you leave a person who's repeatedly telling you?
Probably not the next day.
No,
But
no,
after
no.
I've taken,
He was taken off to be with his mistress in New York and other places, leaving the kids with a crazy woman who's saying, "I want to harm the kids." I can tell you, I don't know about you, but I can tell you that if my ex-husband is is saying something about harming my child, or having these kinds of thoughts consistently, that she's getting herself in a psychiatric asylum, and she's like taking all these drugs, and he had a bunch of the drugs that she, I don't know why he had those drugs, and but he had them. I can tell you,
the
as
doctor,
a responsible parent, if your partner is telling you repeatedly, Ron, repeatedly for 3 4 months, I want to harm the kids, I
yeah,
want to kill the kids.
yeah.
Oh, I'm going to take off for a weekend to New York. Or I'm going to go and have brunch with my mates, and I'm going to leave this deranged woman with my child. I don't think I would. I know
Listen,
for
I'm
sure
sorry.
you
So
wouldn't.
basically, what we're saying then, right, is so what we're saying is, if a man turns around and says, I want to R word someone, I want to R word someone, you better not leave me alone because I'm going to R word someone. And then you leave me alone and I R word someone. Is that testosterone psychosis?
No. But what I'm saying
No,
is
no, no,
right
no,
now,
no. I'm asking you. No,
That is
Paula,
no, Ron. But
Paula,
you're talking about
Paula,
risking your children's life. You have somebody
Paula,
there
Paula,
who's
Paula.
telling you,
Listen,
I'm having these
I
thoughts. This is
understand.
completely different.
As the husband, you take your wife to the doctor. You
But
get
you don't
her
leave the
help.
kids
The
alone with her. You
doctor
don't leave
tells
the
you.
kids alone with her. I wouldn't have left the kids alone with her at all. There's absolutely no
Listen,
picture in my life that
I
I would do that.
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I don't see where that lands with the women who are bringing
Oh
their
no. That's
children
absolutely insanity.
outside outside of
No. That's absolute insanity. That's absolute insanity. I've seen it on that they're singing and whatever. But I'm
yeah, it's
saying that
bananas.
as a father, he failed his kids that way. Because if somebody's
Oh
telling
yeah,
you,
I'm sure
I
he
am
feels
going
like
to
he feels
do
his kid.
this, I want to do, would you run?
100%.
Forget that he's a man. Forget. Imagine that your wife or partner is telling you, I want to harm the kids, and you know that she's struggling.
Paula, you've said this like 6 times. I understand what you're saying. The point I'm trying to make is about the people outside the prison.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm
Yes.
avoiding the point you're trying to make, because I'm not here to talk about how I feel about the dad. The dad's not the one that choked his children and tried to threw himself out of a window. You know what I'm saying? The fact that the father is even up for discussion when the mother has unalived her 3 kids and tried to unalive herself shows the absolute disgrace of the entire state of this planet. Okay. Oh, by the way, it turns out he's a white male as well. Funny that, right? I'm just saying. So nah. Like, I understand the how it seems so stupid to leave anyone that would threaten your kids alone with your kids. I get that. Really dumb. But he done, in my opinion, everything that could have been done. So, and again, none of us know the situation. So all we know is that those kids are not here anymore. Whether you want to call it postnatal psychosis, drug fueled anything, like. And I get it. I get what the postnatal depression and how horrific it can be. I think the bigger question here is the health system in America that
Oh, it's
allows
disgusting. They had her.
doctors to be
Did you read the
pumped.
list?
Yeah, man. Like this woman,
Did you
it's
know?
just
I don't know
banana.
what it does to anybody, but one of the psychiatrists, and I actually went because I was interested. I don't know about dosages or stuff like that, right? So one of the psychiatrists who had like been practicing for 2-3 months moved her from I don't know this drug that is like she was on 5 milligrams, and she then moved her the next week to 400 milligrams per pill. And
Yeah. Oh
people
yeah.
are like, could
Oh,
it be? Did you make a mistake? Did you mean 40, which would still be like
oh,
a
it's
lot?
bananas. It's
And then
bananas.
in combination with 4 other drugs, and the woman kept complaining that she didn't want to be on drugs, that she didn't want those drugs, it's like, and they made her feel like a zombie. And the doctor's solution was prescribing more drugs. At this point, I don't know if the doctors are on the take in the United States that they
Yeah.
get a cut from prescribing all these dangerous drugs? I mean, it's
No,
unbelievable.
I'm with you. I'm with you. But if somebody eats two like space cakes, right, or cosmic muffins because they think they're regular muffins, and they get in their car and they subsequently kill 3 people, no one's going to care that you accidentally ate those muffins. They're just going to hear that you were off your nut and killed 3 people.
Oh no! And in the United States, there's a new law, Ron. For example, and it's quite a few parents have been found guilty. For example, these kids who went and shot people in the university or whatever, the parents knew that there were issues, and they left the guns out, or
Oh,
they left the
Paula,
guns
I couldn't
accessible.
agree more. Well, now we're going to get into the realm of agreeing. I believe that if you own a gun in America and a minor commits a
Oh.
crime with that weapon, you should be liable for the crimes that were committed with that weapon. And then we'll see how many safes inside safes inside safes inside safes people will keep their guns.
Well, I
And you,
always say that judges should be liable for letting people on bail that are PDFs and all kinds of things, and they let them out on bail, knowing and they're repeat
yeah,
offenders.
yeah.
If you start making judges legally responsible, if you're a judge and you let out a repeat PDF offender or any offender that's violent,
Mhm.
know full well that this is a repeat violent offender, and he goes and offends again, and somebody loses their life. I do believe that judges should be made liable. People are saying that in the US, or I don't know if in the UK too, doctors get a cut. Here in Canada, they get a cut
I cut of what, man?
for prescriptions. Depending on how much prescriptions they prescribe, they get a percentage.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, possibly. I don't know.
But they saying that in the States, there are some people say in the chat that some of them are medical doctors, and you do have pharmaceutical reps that come to doctors and say, hey, if you prescribe this,
Yeah, that's the private healthcare world, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it's bananas. Look, let's see what Hayden Panettiere.
This is how Ron and I talk when we talk privately. Like we started one topic.
Of course. Yeah, Paul and I are like a cross between like an old married couple and like a brother and sister that haven't seen each other.
I'm Ron's annoying aunt.
You're good. Right. Look, let's see, because Hayden Panettiere's mother speaks. Now, listen, I just need to prefix this, right, with the alleged information about Hayden's mother, right? About how allegedly Hayden went through horrific abuse in the realm with her mother's bizarre fetishes and kinks and wants. In fact, let me throw this up on the screen so nobody thinks I'm just pulling this out my freaking backside.
Yeah.
Here we go. So there's part 2. There's part 1. Okay, well, here goes. Okay, so here goes. Yes, this is Hayden. 100% totally. I know this for a fact. The wording of this item is not 100% correct. It may be intentional denial. I'm a former personal friend of a woman named this lady. Allegedly, maybe. Doubt you know her, but she's the Rosetta Stone of every scandal and perversion from Hollywood and all over the globe. Allegedly, by the way, I just want to say absolutely no charges have been brought against
Put the
this.
alleged thing. Put the alleged banner.
Yeah, there's no charges have been brought against this woman. This is just for educational purposes. I'm not even going to say her name. We will later. but not the snap. Doubt you know her, but she's a Rosetta Stone of every scandal, perversion from Hollywood and all over the globe. She's an uber wealthy divorcee whose hubby ran the UK Barclays Bank, and she ran the Arab investors for the bank. She's been running the high class call girl, party girl ring for the Arabs, Wall Street, DC royals, and Hollywood elites. She's also a major philanthropist, art supplier, political donor, social hostess to everyone. Her best Hollywood pals include Sean Penn, Clive Davis, Ari Emanuel, George Clooney, Cindy Crawford, and her little pet named Hayden. She is the connector of wealthy Arabs and Asians and athletes with Hollywood actresses and models. She also is the sick and twisted biatch. When Hayden and her own mummy went on the outs, Diana, this lady, took that place. Okay, when Hayden's mother left her life, this lady took her place in her life by Hayden's choice. Leslie P is not just a poor victim of the train wreck. Trust me, later 50% responsible. He's twisted. Okay, here we go. So, hang on a minute. So let me just double check something. Yeah, okay. So Leslie is her mother. Leslie is not just a poor victim in this train wreck. Trust me, she's at least 50% responsible, if not more, for encouraging and enabling, at times even participating in her husband's twisted effing life. Leslie's kinks cross the line into depravity, illegality, and inhumane sickness, as in Ryan O'Neal, John Phillips, Tish Cyrus, and Dan Schneider territory. Far worse than Pimpa Joe Simpson. She's not just a chance. She does not. She's not just had chances to stop or walk away with the kids, but she elected to not protect her kids and give into hedonistic sickness in her bedroom for her own greed. You think Diana Lohan is bad? Don't know.
Diana Lohan is Lindsay Lohan's mom.
Oh, then we're going to talk about that later too. Leslie's guilt is compounded by trying to save her daughter's image so as to not affect her earning potential. Do you know that is the mindset that you thought Hayden had, and that's interesting. And hovering her own mountain of substances, booze, fame, and effing of everything with legs. Leslie is as bad as her hubby, maybe worse, because she knew it was wrong, but didn't stop it. At times was fueling it. I'm sure her hubby knew it was wrong too. It's easy to argue that Hayden is forever a victim, which drives her own insane life choices. But I'm not a psychologist, but she's taken it further into becoming a willing participator of it. Hang on. But she has taken it further into becoming a willing participant of it and saying she loves it. Not just the physical and mental violence she enjoys, but her insatiable appetite for the most bizarre stuff she can indulge in to top herself. She was offered help by some who genuinely cared for her and worried about her. She mocked them and tore through them like. Do you know what else is really interesting? See, reading this. Do you remember if anybody watched the interview I done with Chloe on Sunday? Little 8-year-old girl. She was groomed by one of her dad's employees, who was like the family driver. Like he would drive the kids to school. He would pick the wife up. Like he was a family driver, and he started abusing her when she was 10. I think for 3 years, and she never spoke about it for like 17 years. Okay. Because this all happened to her as a child, and she went through this huge phase of, as she puts it herself, debauchery and bed hopping, right? Like that's all she thought men wanted and all of this. And it's quite interesting how this childhood trauma and abuse and how you process the guilt and the horrors and the trauma of all of that later on in life is very interesting, how all that kind of lines up with this. Not just the physical and mental violence she enjoys, but her insatiable appetite for the most okay, we read all this. Right, hang on, next one. Dun, 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 dun. Have I read the wrong bit first? Probably. Who knows? Right. There is never any excuses for inflicting sick acts upon children of any age. This stuff all began in Hayden's teen years after her mother was as much of a part of it as her dad. Leslie's idea of fun time was a white stuff fueled orgy with two young studs and her daughter and daughter's pals watching or joining in. Leslie played on Hayden's boyfriends. Hayden preyed on 46-year-old producers, directors, agents, and studio bosses, male and female, even offering them in home parties that they would never forget. All of this at the age before 19. And again, all of this is allegedly, okay? All this is allegedly. I'm just throwing it out there. Meanwhile, dear old dad, with his own substance abuse issues, made sure to tape everything in the house. See, there we are again, man. So, wait. So if we've got, right, the allegations against that woman who can't we name, we'll just call her the wife of Satan, right? The wife of Satan and the book 23, right? And I know that's not what it's called. See how I did that? Do you remember how we spoke about how there's the Diddy ring, the Epstein ring, and then the spawn of the wife of Satan ring, and there's the people that kind of thread it all together, right? Where am I going with this? Where was I going with this? Come on, brain. Come on, brain. Okay, so hang on. Like, see if all of this is even remotely true. The levels in which the woman who is the wife of Satan, like the allegations against her, Paula, and the size of her network. Like, fair enough, there's no baby jerky involved in this story, but the size is being declared the same, the vastness of it as Epstein. It's bananas. Okay, hang on a second. So meanwhile, dear old dad and his own substance issues made everything in the house include. That was it. It was the recording. So Diddy case, recording. Epstein case, recording. This case, now we've got recording. And it's all the same business model. Do you know what I'm saying? Young, attractive women models, using them as bait, getting celebrities and directors or whatever it is, filming it all. It's just all the same. It's the same business model. We're acting like we've never heard of this before. We're acting like we're oh no, this is poor Hayden. Of course, poor Hayden. But this is just, it's the same thing. It's Jufrey all over again. Is what it is. That's what, at least with me, in my opinion. Including Hayden's girlfriends, sleepover, and quality time in the jacuzzi pool. And some of her gigi have complained their parents forbade them ever going to the house again. Of course they did. Threatened them with charges. Of course they did. Then in return, Hayden would snub them out of their circle. So if you wanted to go into the clubs, shop, inspiring, living the high life, you didn't want to run at the Hayden's sick family life, because after all, everyone wants to be famous, right? Everyone wants to be a celebrity or BFF or hanger on. Sorry to unload all of this stuff. Okay, my family and Harry and kill and destroy everyone. Okay. Anyway, so we get the picture, right? There's some allegations. That's basically what I was saying. This is Leslie here. Please like and share. And let's see what this woman has to say. Now, listen, again, all of that was allegedly, okay? But let's just put that allegedly in one half of our brain, and then whatever thought process you want to add to the other half, go right ahead. And then let's watch this. Also, what is going on with her, Paula?
Too much plastic surgery. Her nose surgery failed. And this is why I'm telling you, even through all the plastic surgery, their evilness shines through. They can't, because it reflects. You would think that she would look beautiful and everything is like they become a caricature of who they were, because they're horrible.
I need to just grab a picture, because like I've not, but I mean, look, here we go. I'm going to assume, and I'm just completely guessing here, that Hayden's probably, 18, 19, 16, 17, 18 here.
Yeah.
And that's her mother. So this would be at the peak of the allegations. Okay. Now here, these two look like a double act. You see what I'm saying? Same hair, same like sort of natural looking makeup. And then
different nose, different face.
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is like they look like they're a salt and pepper. Like they look like they go
Yeah.
together. Do you know what I'm saying? Arguably, you could say one's trying to look like their daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe I get. I think if the mother was doing a closed mouth smile here, we could probably break down almost every single piece of makeup as being a dick, because you can see there's like a color behind the eyelash here that looks like the same shade that's being used
Mhm.
here. And then when you talk about these allegations of bringing home two young studs, now listen, some of you might not like what's about to come out of my mouth right now, okay? But if you're the sort of person that hangs around in circles where you're like, I want to pump a mum and daughter, okay? Like in those circles, like they look like a set. Do you know what I'm saying? If that, and again, this is just from my own. I'm just sort of talking about what I'm seeing here. God damn it! So this could be around the time, and it's a very stark difference because Hayden, her image from this picture hasn't really changed super much. Do you know what I'm saying? Her hair's maybe got a bit darker over time, but the makeup, maybe change a lipstick every now and again. But that's sort of standard Hayden look, right? And now we end up here. The lipstick. Do you know what? I just want to say, ladies, right? I just
Oh,
want to
the
say, ladies.
hair, the eyes, the
Oh,
nose,
no,
everything.
listen. I just, ladies, see as you get older, the one thing that makes you look mental, okay, like you have gotten too old to be able to know what you're doing, is a lipstick job like this, okay? All right. I can
I'm
see
wearing
where
red.
I can see. No, you're great at picking your shade, right? But this woman, like, if you know how red lipstick works, right? There's blue reds and there's red reds, and red reds go with one skin type, and blue reds go with another.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
Looks
Because
just so weird. And
that's
the
where her
lighting
lip
doesn't
ends.
help her. She looks
That's
like
where the
Cruella. People are saying she looks like Cruella.
that's where the lip ends. Like the lip ends.
And also the white thing here, doesn't.
Like what? See. Anyway, listen. This is a poor woman who's lost her daughter. Let's just leave her alone. She can wear whatever lipstick she wants. Allegations, though.
I can't hear.
Can't hear it.
No.
It's not super loud. I'm not going to lie, Paula. Hang on. Huh. Oh my God. Where's the sound coming from? Going from here. That's fine. Broadcast. Okay, yeah. So why is this being a little bitch? Why is there no sound?
Can you hear it?
I can hear it. Yeah. I'm fixing it now. Hang on.
Yeah.
That's weird. Hang on. Let's just change the thing and change it back. What the fuck? All right, hang on a second. Paula, just talk to the people.
Yeah, well, it's what do you mean talk to the people? You're letting me think that I'm some sort of like puppy or puppet, like I'm Storm or whatever. But let me
You're the
see if I can.
co-host, mate. You're the co-host. It's a fair, like in the world of what we do as our job, there's very little that we do other than talk to the people. I mean, that's kind of like, telling a hairdresser to be like, keep cutting that hair. I'll be back in a second. And you turn around and going, what do you mean the hair?
No. But what I'm saying is like the mother. Let me see if I can find it for you because the mother is.
Oh yeah.
The mother is a nasty piece of work, guys. The mother is a nasty piece of work. What is her name?
Allegedly.
What is her name? Is Ron?
Leslie.
Leslie Panettiere.
It's not working. Let's stop sharing and then start sharing again. Sorry, everyone. It's another classic. Ron does IT.
No, I'll find it for you on her death. She's talking about it. She's talking about it about her. Oh my God! I keep getting that. Oh, here we go. Do you want me to share with you?
Yeah, please, because this is.
Okay, I'll share it here, and you can share with me. I'll share it for you here. Okay, so we can see it. Okay, I'm sharing with you.
No problemo.
Are you sharing now?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, let's play it then. Let me see.
What are you doing? It's a process, and I think It will probably hit me later on. I would say to the haters out there, you don't have a right to tell me how I mourn the loss of my second child. That's my domain.
Leslie Vogel, a mother grieving the loss of her superstar daughter and their complicated relationship, opening up about the moment she got the news that her daughter had died in a South Carolina apartment at just 36 years old.
What was that moment like for you?
I was numb. I was just numb. I just couldn't feel anything. I still am not.
I mean, those are cheap looking eyelashes. Are you telling me
Right?
eyelashes you could get, guys?
No, Paula, do you know, you've doubled down on what I said about the lipstick. You know how, you know what I mean? When you see like a little old lady, right? And she's put her makeup on and her lipstick's going around the outside of her lip and she thinks she looks fabulous. She's still using like her lipstick for her blusher. Do you know what I'm saying? That level of lady, right? But you're so right. The eyelashes, man. The eyelashes. That is some Temu vending machine madness that's going on there.
Yeah.
It's a really good shout.
Grasping this is real. It just doesn't feel real. My mind tells me it's not at times. You know, it's going to be a process. I need a minute, guys.
Yes, take a minute.
According to the police report, Hayden's on and off again boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, and his brother, Zach, were the last two people to see Hayden alive. The case is now under investigation. Brian had previously pleaded no contest in 2021 to felony charges he abused Panettiere. According to Leslie, their relationship with Hickerson accelerated in 2018 after Hayden handed over custody of her then 4-year-old daughter, Kaya, to her ex-fiancé, Vladimir Klitschko.
The situation with Hayden and Vlad and their daughter, that was a very difficult period for her. Vlad had taken over custody, for safety. In my opinion, that was the catalyst that she just couldn't keep those demons away. I think she struggled and Brian came into her life. She was vulnerable.
The mother-daughter duo intertwined personally and professionally from the time Hayden first appeared on screen. Born to shine, the actor started appearing in commercials as a baby, moving on to soaps and eventually TV dramas and film.
This is one of my faves. This is from In the Limousine on the way to the premiere of A Bug's Life.
Leslie sharing several photos of Hayden's early life with us.
You said people don't know the truth about your and Hayden's relationship. What was the truth about your relationship?
I would say Hayden had a very happy life up until she got Heroes at 16. So here she was, the star of a major TV series. But I would say at about 17, I started seeing her going downhill. As she got older, then it wasn't my voice anymore. I wasn't in charge of her choices. I tried.
Did you hear that? It wasn't my voice anymore. She's not saying we were not making joint decisions. It's not, I lost control. That's what it translates to me. I don't know if that translates to you as well.
You might have to say it again because I was typing there, Paula. Sorry.
I'm saying that she said that after 17, she lost her voice.
Yeah.
Over Hayden. So I'm saying that instead of saying we were not making joint decisions, she's basically saying.
Well, do you know what? Do you know what, Paula? Right? It almost sounds like the person who will be remaining nameless, who took over after her mother, seen what allegedly could have been going on for the mother's and father's pleasure, right? At the house, all these allegations, and seen we can just scale this up now. Do you see what I'm saying? So I agree, it's bananas. Also, you know when like you go into someone's house and they've got those like chains that hold the curtain back with like a jewel hanging off them, right? That is, I swear to God, what this woman is wearing around her neck. Oh, you can't see the screen I'm looking at, right? Like, roll the VT, Paula, roll the VT.
Okay, sorry.
to give her the best advice I could. But again, any young person, teen, they want to be liberated. And I get that. I did get that.
Hayden and her mom weren't speaking in the star's final months. 1 year ago, her mom says she went to stay with Hayden to help her. She says Hayden wanted out of her relationship with Brian.
She knew that Brian was toxic. She knew she had to get him out of her life.
But things took a turn after about 6 weeks. She noticed Hayden pulling away, so she went back to her home in Florida.
What made you leave? What happened between the two of you?
When I got the phone call from her saying, I'm going to be with the person I love. And I said, I just lost it. I lost it. I could not believe that she had gone that far back, that he had been successful in reeling her back in with all of the things he had done to her.
Vogel says Hayden was seeing Hickerson again. She gave Hayden an ultimatum. She says on the advice of her therapist, she told Hayden she couldn't talk to her if Brian was part of her life. And that was the beginning of their estrangement.
I needed it. I needed to have that pocket of time. Of course, I thought it was going to be a pocket of time. I did not, by any stretch of the imagination, think that this was going to happen to Hayden. I don't know why. I just didn't. Maybe I didn't want to.
Hayden released a book about her life, This Is Me, A Reckoning, back in May. In it, she recalls telling her mom at 19 that she didn't want Vogel to manage her career anymore. And Vogel replied, "You owe me." Vogel remembers that moment, but says her version doesn't match Hayden's.
I remember being in her trailer and literally saying nothing. I knew that day would come. It's not that I didn't expect it. But it was very short, very brief conversation. And then she turned and went to set.
Did it hurt to read that in the book?
It just, I know I didn't say what she said I said.
Vogel lost her son Jansen in 2023, just 28. He was Hayden's little brother.
You've now lost 2 children in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Where do you go from here?
Just trying to I think you just have to find that inner strength. I have been knocked down throughout my life.
Let me know in the side chat if you believe Hayden's mother or if you don't. So put a 1 in the side chat if you do not believe her. Put a 2 in the side chat if you believe her. Put a 3 in the side chat if you don't know, basically. 1 for don't believe, 2 believe, 3 don't know. Thank you, Paula.
And I'm not complaining because I have the strength to get back up. And that really is, it's not if we fall, it's how we get back up that defines who we are.
What do you want Hayden to be remembered for?
I want Hayden to be remembered for the talented, beautiful, outgoing, intelligent woman she really was. But I also want people to understand that it is my belief that she was suffering. Now, that doesn't make sense because when you look at a beautiful girl who's got an incredible career, even though it has had its ups and downs, but you look at that big picture and you go, why would you be suffering? People don't understand that you can have on the exterior all of this, but that doesn't mean that what's going on in here matches.
And Leslie Vogel says she has been in contact with Hayden's former partner, Vlad. She calls him an amazing dad to their daughter, Kaya. She says he has given Kaya a wonderful childhood. Hayden was planning to see her daughter soon. She said she sees so much of Hayden in Kaya. She also said Hayden's estate will go to her daughter and that they will plan a celebration of life in the future. But she says that they are just not ready to plan that just yet because right now her focus is on seeing where this death investigation goes. She is a grieving mother who wants answers.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, see if the allegations were true, right? And Hayden went through all of the things that these people are accused of growing up, then all the accusations against the person that won't be named. And then I had a daughter I would make up any goddamn excuse I could to look like a crazy woman, to then hand my child to the father to get that kid as far away from evil freaking vampiric grandparents and anyone else that could sink their claws into them. If the allegations are true, if you get what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's, you know what, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It is, I believe the mother, because given how Hayden Panettiere went and lied about everything, that she wasn't seeing the guy, that all the time that she was saying, I'm clean, I'm out with this guy, I'm no longer with this guy. She was with this guy, which means she was blatantly lying in what she put in a book and what she was saying in the interviews. I wouldn't put it past her that because she clearly made a choice to stay with the guy, and I can see, if I see somebody, and you've done tough love, that they're doing something that is detrimental to them, he says, hey, you cut them loose, because I can't be around you being this toxic.
You're not wrong. You're totally not wrong, right? It's just, there's another layer of all of this.
But it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I'm having a hard time believing, and I believe the mom, probably the mom was not happy, clearly, but I can totally see
you're taking it from the point of view then that the allegations aren't true, and and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just because I'm taking it from the other point of view, and as long as we can clarify,
I don't know. What I'm trying to tell you is that clearly Hayden lied in that book. Hayden lied in the interview she was given face to face. She went in that Jay Shady podcast, and she's like all tears and how she got out of this.
Let's break down how you think she lied. Just take me just give me a couple of examples.
She lied about the entire thing in the book. She said that she was no longer with the guy, that the guy was toxic, and that's why she got out of the relationship, all the while still being in their relationship. Whether it is okay, I don't want to hear about the drugs. I don't want to hear about the
But what I was going to say is she clearly made efforts by hiring security and
but that is a lie. That is a lie. The security were not keeping him away from her. She was with him the entire time. That's the whole point I'm trying to make to you.
So what you're saying is she put on a facade to make it look like she was keeping him away to facilitate it all.
Because she needed to sell a book. She needed, look at the actions, not what she was saying. She went on interviews, like the last interview was like 2 months ago or 1 month ago, saying that she was no longer with the guy, that he was toxic, she was with him. She was caught flying with the guy. She was with him when she died.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, if we're looking at this from a I've got no choice handler point of view, then maybe she wasn't with him romantically, but she may have still been with him in person. And I know that's an eye roll, and I'm even rolling my eyes at myself saying that, right? But it would explain why, in her eyes, the relationship is over. But she doesn't.
Excuse me, no.
She
was busted outside by TMZ, and I sent you that clip. That she was, wasn't expecting to be caught, and they were holding hands, and you can see that she was busted. This is after she wrote the book and everything, and she's like,
let's have a look at that. Let me just pull that up. Is it the one where they're Hayden? No. I'll try and grab it now, Paul.
And it's like, she was busted. She didn't know that somebody was there, and they sold it to TMZ, and she gets busted getting out, and they were holding hands. And this is after the book.
I think it's this one. I think it's this one. I might be wrong, because I often am.
I don't know what to believe. That is the problem that we're having.
Is it this one?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you okay? What do you say to the people who might be concerned for you being in a toxic relationship?
Can any of you hear this?
Yes.
You can hear it. Can you guys hear it?
Yes, everybody can hear it, Ron.
All right. I'm hissing at you, just so you know, right? The camera is off, but I hope you got the full extent of my arched back cat hiss at you there. All right. Okay. There's a little bit of spittle came out. That's how serious it was. All right.
If you only knew what do you say to the people who might be concerned for you being in a toxic relationship?
My family knows that I'm smart enough to make my own decisions, and thank you for being concerned, but I'm A-okay. Okay. Everything's good, dude.
All right. Hey, thanks. Hey, thanks for your time.
High five.
She gets in the car with him.
Okay. Where is this?
This is at the airport.
I don't think Does anyone else not find the most shocking thing about this that like a double-decker bus drove past her? Like, does America have double? I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
they do have for tourism and stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
They're just getting on with
that
it.
is not a good face. Yeah, I hear what you're saying here.
What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Good to
Oh, what's up, Brian, man? How you doing? That's pretty damn
see you, man. Good to see you guys.
She was busted. So no.
Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I have a problem with this. This is why I don't believe anything in that book. I find it very offensive towards victims. I believe that she was playing.
No. Listen. I can see why you think that. I can see why you think that from this. But again, if she's in a situation where she's forced into being handled by this guy, it would be the same face I would be given. In fact, we could almost rewrite that as you can see what's happening here, right? You can see what is happening here, right? Please help. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching you.
No. She was busted. They were laughing. There's another one. I'm going to send you the whole clip where she's laughing with Brian, and they're like, and then she literally jumps when the guy goes, hey, and she goes,
again, for me though, it's handler vibes. And again, I can understand why you're landing where you're landing now that I'm seeing.
She's basically telling me people are worried about you being in a toxic relationship. Everybody knew it was. And she goes, my family knows, so, but I am a like basically she does look scared.
She does look scared.
No,
but again,
she was upset. She was busted because she wasn't expecting.
Well, no, that's opinion. That's opinion, right? That's an opinion, right? And I understand where Paul is coming from, but I mean, I know where I stand. You know what I'm saying? Like it's handler vibes for me. But again, it's easy. I can see when you remove the accusations from your thought process and you remove the handler side from it, and maybe
that is confirmation bias. You want to see what you want to see. I just want to say something.
That's what you're doing.
No. Yes. I'm going. Okay, I don't listen to what people say. I watch what they do. Okay, somebody saying that I was stronger and I left. No, I was actually more scared. I was terrified of dying and people not being able to correct the narrative. That's why I was voicing it to all the things. I was scared crapless. This is why I spoke out, because I thought if I'm going to go down, at least I'm going to name people. I'm going to do this, because if they want to get you, they're going to get you at the end, no matter what you do.
I'm with you. Again, it's different situations, so Paula, right? But I do understand.
I have to get going because I have to do an interview. But I'll.
Okay. Well, before you go, just wait. So Paula and I, right, possibly next week, are going to start a Royal Mess AM show, right? Where we're going to a couple of mornings we're going to have a rant about the Royals, because it's getting too juicy now. Like, it's getting way too juicy now. These two Goombas are coming home.
Oh yeah, but the Charles is bringing them home. I don't understand how people don't see that.
We're going wherever they're moving. Wherever they're moving to, we're going. Like,
and the thing is that two members of the new king. I don't know if people know what a privy council is. The privy council is the closest, most personal council to the king. He chooses them, the monarch. So two of his privy council members, one of them is the Minister of Foreign Affairs in the United Kingdom, now are openly advocating for Harry to get full security from the king's private council.
Oh yeah, listen. Even Ron's excited to get back into talking about it. But yeah, so Paul, you're needing to go, no problem. I'm probably going to now disagree with everything you say and talk about you behind your back.
Shut up. I'll see you tomorrow then.
All right. Thanks a lot. So listen, let me just circle back to, where am I now? Jesus. Where are we? Here? No, here? Hello? Right, let's circle back to some of these headlines. We've done the ponder belongings. Doesn't let you make collaboration. Okay, yes. Hang on. All right. Where are we? We're here. Okay. All right. Safety fears. Hayden, and do you know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to do this. And then I'll fix my camera in a second. Right, so Babs. Touched base with Babs yesterday. She is, I don't want to say too much about what she's doing, but she's doing really nice, positive things for Hayden, basically. She's been grieving. She's been really upset. There's a couple other things I can't talk about that I was worried about and she was worried about. And then, like, all of the messages between that incident happening and the morning of me waking up with WhatsApp uninstalled on my phone. The only thing that changed on WhatsApp was all of the messages between me and Babs were deleted between the thing that was worrying and the last time that we spoke to each other. So you could say for a couple of days, Ron was assembling the Avengers because I thought we may be looking at a scary scenario. But I've given her a lecture about proof of life and the importance of it, and we're good now. But man, it's just a madness. Anyway, right. So also, this guy and his freaking smiles. What are you saying, little man? You okay? Where's the boy? Hello, little man. Crunchies and water. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay. You're not paranoid. They did something. Yeah, please keep liking and sharing for show. Yeah, Royal Mess, man. Got to bring it back. Ron, there's too much. There's with those two coming back to the UK and they're in the same country as me. Megan! I'm going to start delivering like ironing products to Megan. Do you know what I mean? Ironing board, a couple of irons. That's about as far as the joke goes, really. Do you know what I mean? But we will get her in a outfit without creases. Okay? Just going to say. Nah, mate, Crow, nah, mate. It's Ron, there's nothing worse than an echo chamber. Do you know what I mean? And Paul and I have got the right amount of back and forth. So safety fears as Hayden hired a private security team to keep Brian Hickerson away from her in months before her tragic unaliving. In fact, let's steal some content. Oh, frick, I pushed the wrong button. There we go. Steal some content. Oh my God, I've done it again. All right, give me a second. Here we go. All right, just take the sound off.
Here a picture of what...
There.
In horrifically tragic news, Hayden Panettiere died from an apparent overdose on Sunday. And now we have a clearer picture of what really happened in a Greenville, South Carolina apartment that day. According to a new police report, Hayden's on-again boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, and his brother Zach were on the scene when they arrived. Zach Hickerson was very emotional while EMTs were working on Hayden in an effort to revive her. However, cops said Brian was stone-faced until Hayden was announced dead by the medical team at the scene. According to police, Brian showed officers a, quote, bag of medication Hayden had been taking at the time of her death. A responding officer said he was wearing a body cam when he responded to the 911 call, though that footage has not yet been revealed. As we already reported, a friend called 911 on Sunday afternoon and reported Hayden was unresponsive. According to 911 dispatch audio, Hayden suffered an apparent overdose. Despite desperate attempts to save her life, Hayden was pronounced dead around 2:30 p.m. Hayden's friends, family, and fans are reeling from the shocking news of her death. Hayden's ex, Vladimir Klitschko, broke his silence on Tuesday, revealing his profound shock and grief. He said he will always speak of Hayden with respect to their 11-year-old daughter, Kaya, and will make sure she remembers the person she was. He ended with, "Rest easy, Hayden. May you find eternal peace."
Yes, it's heartbreaking. And, well, no, fabulous bingo. We've had enough of this. No, away with you. Okay, so... just so you all know, like, Ron, update on what you did to get rid of the there's a different injury on me. I haven't had a headache since. Holy shizzle. 66. Do you know what? I'm such a narcissistic, self-involved, like, piece of crap that I forgot to even message you guys. So... what the hell is that? That is a pad of paper. Okay? And that is a roll of wire. Okay? These are not dog toys. If you could just turn around, all of those brightly colored expensive items behind you are your dog toys. Well, that's wild. I'm going to do a live stream tonight after the Sobering Stories live stream. So I would love to catch up with you then, 66. That's wicked. And I'll tell you what, 66, that's wicked based off of the nothing burger that basically we did. Do you know what I mean? So now let's do another bit and see if it's a case of like wiping off the crap and then polishing up the window, if you know what I'm saying. Hell yeah, bro. Just lifting curses, man. No big deal. It's just what we do here. Hayden, okay, Inner Circle went through great lengths to keep her on and off boyfriend Brian Hickerson away from her. Okay. So she went to great lengths, hired security, hired private detectives, but none of these people were capable in their heightened professionalism to keep her from that man. Now, there's two ways of looking at this, right? There's, well, she just said that she hired them to keep him away and really it was for show. Or you can look at it from the point of view that she was trying to put out signals to the public of her being handled, her being trapped. It's so difficult, right? When you've got stories of people who've survived through abuse. Bro, listen. Right? I know we're playing a game called Dad's Still Working. I'm going to chew your stuff, Dad, right? But let's not play that. There's Harry Elefante. Come on. Harry Elefante, come on. Go get him. Yeah, good lad. All right. So it's difficult because I've spoken to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of survivors, and every story is different, but there's data patterns. Do you see what I'm saying? And it just reeks. The whole thing reeks. The whole thing reeks the way that Virginia Giuffre's situation reeked. You know? And look how similar those cases are. You know? And one, Virginia Giuffre, you know, transported, all over the world, taken to, you know, the island, everything. Spoke up, wrote a book, decided to go on podcasts, unalived. Hayden, alleged transporting, alleged childhood abuse, definitely a psychotic boyfriend, handler, whatever. We want to throw at that. Yeah, I'll get the pop-up at the end. Okay, good boy. Who's that boy? Yes. He's a good lad. And do you know what we're going to do? Somebody mentioned his eyes earlier, right? The hell's his name? Brian, hey, what? Come on, Brian, have your name on the screen that I can see. Brian Hickerson. Right. Because there's an interview he does, right? It's the infamous backwards cap interview. This one. Jesus Christ.
Guys had throughout your relationship. You were photographed together in March.
I don't know if you can hear this.
Where does your relationship stand now?
Our relationship now is, I think it's just a mutual respect thing. She's, you know, she'll always hold a special place in my heart, and you know.
What is he like? It sounds like he's talking about like a dustpan and brush that he is really fond of.
I hope the same for her, but yeah, we're just good buddies.
So you know, Hayden did say that.
Sorry.
For her, but yeah, we're just good buddies.
Okay. Gentlemen. Imagine a world where you are on national television and refer, let's take away all of the abuse stuff, okay? And you're on national television and you refer to your on and off, on again partner as good buddies, right? Your life is over. Like the minute you get back home, your life is over. No man in the history of mankind has made that sentence come out of his mouth. Like do you think maybe like there was some budget cuts in the mind control department and like they didn't quite get the story downloaded into this guy? Just good buddies.
And, I hope the same for her. But, yeah, we're just good buddies.
So, Hayden did say that you are abusive, but you have been working on yourself. Do you mind sharing what you've been doing lately?
Yes, I have been working on myself. Shia LaBeouf leads our AA group, the
I'm sorry. Shia LaBeouf leads your AA group. What? This guy. This guy is the guy that leads your AA group. Shia LaBeouf leads your AA group. What? Like, I'm sorry. But like, I have nothing against mustaches, okay? But like, you got to draw the line. This is from like yesterday. All right, sick. All right, brilliant. Good role model to pick there. Timu, all right, guy.
The man saved my life. He introduced me to my sponsor, JJ, and we have a very good group.
How did you get connected to him?
My therapist.
Was there anything about Shia that surprised you when you got connected to him?
I'm sorry. Shia LaBeouf is currently serving a 2-year probation following a guilty plea for a violent Mardi Gras altercation in New Orleans. Recent court documents reveal he is drinking daily, though he has completed a court-ordered anger management and substance abuse program. Thank you, producer Sarah. He did say, I need to hear this again.
Group, the isolators. The man saved my life. He introduced me to my sponsor, JJ, and we have a very good group.
How did you get connected to him?
My therapist.
Was there anything about Shia?
JJ stands for Jeffrey Epstein, by the way. I'm just letting you know.
That surprised you
That's
when you got connected to him?
That's a lie.
Yeah, I am a very big Christian, and so is Shia, and we both love Jesus. And so that was kind of like, the biggest thing for me.
For you and Hayden, do you want to get back together with her?
Nah.
Do you ever think about...
Okay.
For you and Hayden, do you want to get back together with her?
Nah.
Is that right, Like, say with your eyes open a little more, okay? Just a little more. What is this? What is this little lip bite, eyes closed?
Do you ever think about one day marrying her?
Yeah, of course.
What? Listen. She just asked him if they're getting back together. He said no. Then she asked him, are you getting married? He said yes. That just happened, right? That's what just happened, right?
Jesus. And so that was kind of like, yeah, the biggest thing for me.
For you and Hayden, do you want to get back together with her?
Nah.
Do you ever think about one day marrying her?
Yeah, of course.
Is it
What is this? What?
something that you think
Listen, maybe too much MK Ultra does just liquefy the brain.
could still happen?
I hope so. I'm sorry. She probably doesn't think the same way, but you know, you know.
Do you think it's better for her to not be with you?
I think that Hayden is one of the most talented people I've ever met in my life, and I would be an idiot not to walk away from her and let her flourish in her career. So, we probably wouldn't be good together. I'd like to see what she's.
Y'all ever seen like a meth head outside a gas station, just like sat on the curb talking to one of his shoes? Do you know what I mean?
Gonna do with the next like 30 years of her career.
Has there ever been a part of you that felt like she deserved better?
Absolutely, of course.
So she co-parents with her ex-husband, Vladimir Klitschko.
He's a good dude.
Have you crossed paths with him or ever spoken to him?
Spoke to him one time on FaceTime, and he was like, he's a good dude. Good dude.
But you've never.
Oh, I'm sure if that fucking behemoth of a man was put in front of the man that beat the piss out of his daughter's mother, I don't know if you'd be calling him a good guy. I don't think he would. I think he'd go full Ukrainian on your ass.
Met him in person, right?
No. I don't think I want to. He's a very big man.
Yes.
Very big man.
Would you say that
almost suspiciously big? Okay, like I want to know what his mother fed him growing up. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hayden and Vlad had a good relationship, co-parenting relationship?
Well, see, here's the vibe, right? So we've got M-head vibe. We had someone say the brown stuff. So here's the thing. He sounds like he's on stuff, right? He does not look like he is under the influence of anything, right? I mean, maybe this is a bad example of this shot because he does look wired to the moon, right? But he looks very much in control of his faculties. It's comforting to think he might be off his nut on something, but maybe he gives me sedated vibes.
You know,
like if you're from Scotland, he looks like he's tanned like 8 blues.
You'd have to ask him that, but like every time that they're on FaceTime and Kaya, all that, I just kind of leave the room. You know, that's their time.
So Hayden's mom, Leslie, who is estranged from Hayden, but was her manager for a very long time, she did an interview with the Daily Mail talking about one of the topics that Hayden mentioned in the book about being bisexual. Hayden had said that it was something that she had to keep secret, but Hayden's mom said that that was not the case, and she questioned the timing about Hayden talking about this now. Obviously, she's promoting a book. Did you know that Hayden was
oh my God.
to women?
What is this guy doing? There's no pictures of him on the internet smiling like this. Okay? Like right, we need to just move this here, right? Okay, no, smiling normally, open mouth, full teeth grin, speaking normally. Look at this shit. Right, there's speaking normally. Like, I got Bell's palsy, which kind of paralyzes you down one side of your mouth, your face, right? I spoke like this for freaking ages. It took about 7 months to heal. It was shit. But it affects the eye, the face, everything. It looks like you've had a tiny stroke. There's another one. So I'm going to show you these 2 images, right? So there's this image of him talking. Right? That looks like how you and I would talk, right? There he is smiling. Let me just get one more. Come on, pretty boy. Yeah, here we go. Let's go with this one. Oh, man. This is like, honestly, box standard. We are looking for this international terrorist, like, clip art image here. If you told me that that was a Russian freaking spy or Ukrainian spy or like something like that, I would believe you. So there's no forcing of this shenanigans. Douchebag vibes. Yeah. I mean, that is the fundamental initial strand of this man's DNA, I believe, is douchebag.
Like that?
Yo, Hayden is into beautiful people.
Maybe I come down. He still looks good for a guy on a come down though.
People. I do have.
He's not a clammy boy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Things to say about Hayden's mom. Hayden's mother is by far one of the worst people I've ever met in my life.
So look, that's interesting. Because if he's about to speak about Hayden's mother, he's looking away, he's looking at the ceiling, and he's talking normally. Could we not argue that one is a pre-deficit for lying and one is a pre-deficit for the truth? Oh yeah, Bev, I will give you 10 points on the jitteriness. Let's just see this again.
Now, obviously, she's promoting a book. Did you know that Hayden?
Look at this guy.
Was into women like that?
Yo, Hayden.
He just say yo. He. Oh God, I say yo sometimes. Is that what I sound like when I say yo?
Did you know that Hayden was into women like that?
Yo, Hayden is into beautiful people. I do have some things to say about Hayden's mom.
Okay, watch.
Hayden's mother.
His mouth changes here. This is where it all changes, right?
Hayden is
talking out the side of my mouth.
Beautiful people. I do have some things to say about Hayden's
everything changes
mom.
right here.
Hayden's mother is by far one of the worst people I've ever met in my life. And, you know, I just, I can't. I just can't with her. She's terrible.
Have you read Hayden's book? So what did you think?
Hayden's book's incredible.
Despite some of the, kind of rehashing some of the things that happened between you guys, you still thought it was good?
No, I think it's great. I think everyone should read it. I mean, the domestic violence stuff that I think is like 272, page 272, my chapter. Everybody should read it. Yeah.
How was it for you reading that?
But I mean, it was, who wants to read something about
Yeah, who wants to read? Who can read, Brian? I imagine you struggle with, I imagine you call out the letters as you're reading, Bri Guy. That's what I'm thinking.
Right. But,
and that's coming from me, Brian. That's coming from me, okay?
Vulnerable. And, I did it. So,
Well, here's the thing, right? So technically there's no eye contact, right? Because it's cameras. So eye contact's a weird one, but when you do, like when you do that, Effie, when you're like that couldn't be any more of like a subconscious, I'm doing anything to make, like, you could argue both ways, right? It was it's like the strongest form of not looking you in the eye, or it was the strongest form of discomfort, or something, right? There was something about talking about Hayden's mother that this guy didn't like. Now, does that mean that if you're a piece of shit, domestic violence, evil handler, twat chops, that you can't have a limit on where your evil doer bar is. No, it doesn't. It means that there is a line that can be crossed even if you're an absolute piece of shit. And when you have one piece of crap talking about another alleged piece of crap, and them both saying that they're bigger pieces of crap than they can ever imagine, and he's got a bunch of stuff and she's got a bunch of stuff, we could only imagine the reality of this. Do you know what I'm saying? This looks like a perfect. Do you know what, 66? I would actually accept someone's got his hand up his backside and is just controlling his mouth and hands with their hand like a puppet. I'd take that as an answer too.
Is there anything before that you asked Hayden to keep out of the book?
Yeah.
What did you not want her to talk about in the book?
So there's a
did you want anything to get to the book? Yes. Will you tell us what it is? Yes. Like, what? All right, this guy. Yeah, okay. I'm buying into the fact that he's off his nut. Well, I'm fully engaged now with the fact that he is definitely off his nut on something. But mad.
There's a story where I was drunk, right? Hayden was standing across the room, and I had a phone in my hand, and I said, Hayden, I said, I'll give you 10 seconds to run as fast as you can before I throw it at you.
Yeah, that would be very tough.
10 seconds. How far can this guy throw? Like 10 seconds.
To read about yourself, but also would be
Obviously, I realize that's not the point here. That's ADHD.
a horrific situation to be in as well.
Of course.
How has it been for your family? Are you nervous about your family reading the book and knowing all the details about what happened in your
I
guys'
already
relationship?
told my family about what I did, you know, and I just want people to know. I mean, like,
you're a piece of shit. We know that. Don't worry.
People do this all the time.
Oh, what? Don't worry, guys. Listen, people beat the crap out of their girlfriends all the time. So don't worry about it. We're buddies.
You know, it's
like it sounds like he's talking about like borrowing something from a friend and it being broken or something. It sounds like this passive topic. We're talking about.
You think I'm the only one that did that? No. People do that all the time. You saw Apex, right?
Yep.
Same damn thing, right?
It's Apex.
So.
Wow. Do you know, it's kind of crazy, right? This is going to sound really wild. I want to interview a couple of people like this. Like, I want to sit in front of somebody who has done atrocious things, who is of the mindset that they're going to sit there and they're going to go, well, everybody else does it right. What, mate?
It's sad.
You had mentioned the chapter about you and how, you know, it's about domestic violence. Do you think this is an important chapter for not just survivors to read, but also for people that are abusers? Do you think it's important for both sides to be reading something like this?
I think it's more important for abusers. My biggest thing about domestic violence is I don't think it is taught early enough in life. Never in my life did I ever get taught what domestic violence was, right? Maybe if I did at an early age, maybe I wouldn't have done what I did. We don't know. But it's one of those things to think about.
You and Hayden first started dating.
I mean, listen, here's another thing that some of you might not like, but you could also argue that, and this is just a guy on the internet talking, if we, and this is only in the world where all the allegations that we read about our family are true, right? If all of that allegation is true, right? No, I don't think I'm right about that before I even say it. Yeah, I think I'm wrong about that.
2018, and it's been a very public relationship. Is there anything you want people to know about you and Hayden's relationship?
Hayden Panettiere is the sweetest thing in the world.
He is off his nut. Okay, what is going on here? Who's over there, mate? Who is that? Like, off the right is just Hillary Clinton with a shotgun.
Hayden Panettiere is the sweetest thing in the world.
What the frick?
It's not about who you spend Saturday night with. It's who you spend all day Sunday with. And Hayden Panettiere is a Sunday girl.
Do you miss her?
So, my interpretation of that would be, you think you're taking home the dolled up, glamorous version, but in actual fact, it's the next day. It's the opposite, maybe like the drawn out version of that. It could also mean that Hayden doesn't want to go out as much, right? She's not about that. That was a weird statement.
I miss Hayden every day.
He's on Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Nah, mate. Nah. You wouldn't be able to handle that painting behind you.
Every day.
Do you think about getting back with her?
Of course. Who wouldn't?
Another thing, I realize that people who've never done any substances in their life, maybe they've smoked a little bit of shim sham, right? But people who have never done any substances in their life, I understand why you think this guy is on substances. Okay, but if you've actually been around people on substances, right, recreationally, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody really wants to be around a whole group of addicts. There's definitely signs here. There's definitely something not right. There's something not right. All right.
Do you have regrets in the relationship or wish that you did things differently? Because maybe there would be a different outcome right now.
Hey, you wish you'd kept the damn noise down and the neighbors hadn't made all those phone calls. That's what he wishes.
Yeah, but all of them. I mean, I went into such a dark place, man. Drugs, alcohol, abuse. Good God Almighty, she's 5'2" on paper, 4'11" in real life. I mean, come on.
What the frick does that mean?
Terrible thing I did to her, but
okay, that was
she's love of the life. So you never know what happens.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time.
All right, darling.
Apparently, Brian still sat in that diner, right, looking from side to side, okay, just talking to himself. That's what legend says. I can't prove that. But that's what the legend says. Yeah, he is definitely a spicy meatball, is Brian. Whew. All right, let me just see if there's anything else that I needed to cover today, because we're almost hitting that 2-hour mark. I am live again at 8 o'clock. Leave Lucy out of this. Actually, this is a better picture. Oh, DJ Petrovsky, Nick from Sober and Stories is just firing me through some bits. Damn. Hang on. What is this? What is this, Mr. Petrovsky? Oh, yeah, this guy is freaking mad. Right? Like, first of all, at this point, you're just running away from absolutely anything with a TMZ badge on it. Like, shout out DJ Petrovsky. Nick, Sober and Stories just sent this over. We'll look at this again tonight, but it's just ironic that we're talking about it. What are you doing? Freaking sociopath.
Oh, boy. Okie dokie. What's that, girl?
Huh?
Hey. Did you catch her name?
Huh?
Did you catch her name?
Her?
Yeah.
No.
No. What'd she order?
What she ordered?
Yeah.
A snack wrap.
Of course she did. Was she hot? Nah. Alright. It's all good. She probably had a good personality, though.
You want your receipt?
No.
Okay.
Look at you, though.
Huh?
Look at you, though. Oh, my God. What is...
Oh, he is off his fuck. I pushed the wrong button. But he is off his fucking tits. Like, he is dunzo.
Your name. I'm on the phone.
And again, no talking out the sideways mouth. There was none of this. There was none. Hello. Hey, you want to come and say hello to everybody? Come on. Ah, oh my God. Look at the guy. Ah. What are you doing? Right. I love you too. I love you too. Yes. Ow. Good boy. So yeah, he's getting big. Good boy. Look at the guy. Right, okay, just relax. I know. The traumaticness of being put back on the ground. Yeah, he's freaking massive, mate. Like, he gets his final booster jag this week. Freaking massive, man. His ears are like hands. It's crazy. But yeah, he's awesome, man. He's doing really well. I just can't wait to get him at the park. Like, last night was the first time where the German Shepherd energy was really coming into fruition. He did eat a whole apple that he found, though. And I think the sugars in the apple just sent him off his nut. I mean, I say that. He's currently picking up his food mat and, like, slamming it and, like, death shaking it. Yeah, all right, listen, we're done, okay? 1 hour, 57 minutes. You've given me enough time, okay? It's time to go out and kick the ball, Dad. Like, he knows. Oh, yeah, his ears stand up. Oh, yes. It's not the ears, Julie, right? It's the paws. The paws are... Yes. So, he's going to be a massive boy. He's going to be massive. Like I say, like, he should not be this size. He's a puppy that can't even go to the park yet. Okay. So yeah, I took all the seeds out. I assumed there would be something with the seeds, so I picked all the seeds out. But yeah, no, it's the booster that he's getting is the one that stops him dying from, because when a dog goes, oh look, there's a fox poo, maybe I'll eat that. Fucking disgusting. So it's like the rat one and it's the one that basically stops them dying from everything that nature puts on the ground. So I have a 90-pound stabby. Nice. Oh, flew, glad someone beat me on the seeds thing. Yeah, we heard of what? Oh, okay, it's a person. You think I can read that? Can you imagine if that's my guest's name? Just for a start. Oh man. What is that? Okay. Swilliamism. Is that right? Nailed it. Now, listen. I know you've heard me say booster shot, and all of you have been triggered because of the Jeremy times. Okay? This isn't a new thing. This isn't like they're giving all the dogs cat genes, right? It's not that situation. It's just to stop the fox poo killing the dog or something. I don't know. It's probably all made up. But it's not that big a deal. Okay? It's not that big a deal. So yeah. He's definitely been. I have not been vaccinated. Thank you very much. I am pure blood. I mean, I'm not. I'm a complete mongrel, but I didn't get that. I'll tell you that right now. No chance. What the hell is that? Nah, I forgot that I'm reading a word halfway through that word. That's how long that word is. I get to where it basically says hillip, right? And then I start thinking about the next show. And then I'm like, oh no, I'm meant to be reading this word. And then I've forgotten the first part of the word. That's basically me reading any book ever. Like, also, if I'm reading a book and I can't read the guy's name that's in the book, now I've got to make up a new name for that guy. Do you know what I mean? So it's not that I read books, but when I have done, I have. It's definitely Welsh. You know that's Welsh. You know that in Welsh, that means like flat white. Do you know what I mean? That is a flat white in Welsh, is what that is. Damn. I think the Welsh have actually got like a secret code where you count inwards by 6 letters on each side, and then that's the actual word. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no way 4 countries in the United Kingdom, Gaelic, and then you had whatever the Irish speak, and we all know English, right? None of us went, do you know what words need? Wads of letters. Wads of them, mate. Do you know what we should... Wads. Am I Welsh? I am not Welsh, okay? I don't even know if that is Welsh, okay? It's not Welsh. Could be. It could be a flat white in Welsh. Well, look, listen, we've hit the 2-hour mark. The dog's going crazy, and I fear that my feet are about to start getting chewed upon. So I will see you guys tonight at 8 o'clock with DJ Petrovsky. Please like and share. And I'll see you all then. Thank you so much for being here as well. I really do appreciate it. There'll also be a stream over on my channel later tonight. Make sure you come and join us. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. All right. Peace.